welcome. My name is Levi Connors. It's a bit of a sad, occurrence in terms of we won't be able to do exactly 59 minutes as we usually do. Had a bit of a technical hitch, but we sorted that out. We are here with a gentleman who just won elections at the Presbyterian University of East Africa. The last time he came here, he did not have the title that he has now. He is the president of the Students' Union there. His name is Ezra Ruto. Is it a Students' Union or the Students...
Student Council.
Students' Council.
Yeah.
Oh. Nilikuwa nakuuliza hujakuja na entourage, motorcade, nini?
Wako darasa leo.
Watu wakiimba your praises as you come in. Tell me.
Darasa leo, yeah.
We are talking about challenges of student leadership. Huh?
Yeah.
And you wanted to get into student leadership for a long time.
Yeah.
You had been in leadership before.
Yes.
Why did you transition to run for president?
One, because I think the heart of a leader is that you see challenges, you see problems around, and if you can solve them, then you take the chances. The thing is, I'm with the students. I'm a student. I've been there for 2 years. So I saw the challenges that the students were going through there, and I saw a gap that I needed to be filled. So I decided, let me go for it. Why not? Yeah.
How did you go about doing it?
Yeah. One is because actually my friends told me that I could do it. And then number two, personally, I think I have the call. I feel the burden in my heart to lead because I cannot see problems around me of which I can take charge and solve them in the position of being the student council chairperson. And the idea was, let me go for it. Yeah.
So take us a bit into the whole structure of running for student leadership.
Yeah, wow.
So you've decided you want to run, and you need the how. What does it entail? What does it take?
Wow. Well, I think after the Duale bill, that is the universal coverage bill, whereby universal suffrage bill, where it's not one man, one vote. I think close to 95% of universities right now have adopted the delegate voting system, whereby, like in our university, we first go into an the first thing is, if I want to vie now, there's some application fee I pay to the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission is a group of people.
How much is that, by the way?
Is close to 5,000 shillings for the president. The other posts around 3,000, 4,000, depending on the posts.
So lazima utateka pesa uweke hapo.
Yeah, kwanza. Alafu kuna Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission is entirely a board of commissioners now, the Chebukati team now but it entails the students, but it it includes maybe the dean of students, the university councillor, and maybe 1, 2 lecturers, of which these people have been vetted to be there. So the Electoral Commission, but is chaired by entirely a student. After that, you pay the 4,000 application fee with an application letter. You submit it to the Electoral Board offices. After that, now you go...
The money goes to campus or to this board?
To this board. It helps to facilitate the elections. Yeah.
I like this.
So it supplements the money that the school has given to supplement the election. Because the commission also have to be paid a little bit by the end of the after election. After that, now you wait to be shortlisted. Some miss out even in the shortlisting. Because of
the criteria?
The criteria is they just know you at the shortlisting. Some miss out even the shortlisting because...
So are you telling me, let me just get this part straight. Are you telling me, and I'm not suggesting that this could be what's happening in university, but there is a loophole here where if you and I are running for elections, I can organize for you not to be shortlisted.
Can happen. There is a gap there. It can happen because it is them. At the moment you've paid the application fee, you wait for your name to be shortlisted. If your name is listed, then well and good.
Okay, so let's move on. So let's say you make the shortlist.
Yeah, you've been shortlisted. After shortlisting, they give you a date to be vetted. The people vetting you is now the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission, you go to a room, they are seated. You sit at the front there.
Okay.
Now they vet you.
This
they
Chebukati
gauge
group.
The Chebukati group. They gauge
How many are they?
About 13.
Okay.
13 now we include the ex-official, become around 15 members.
So they're asking you questions.
Yeah, questions. Who are you? Why do you want to vie? Like, what would you do different if you are elected by the students? You know, those
How long does it take usually?
The vetting process. It takes a day. All the officials are vetted in a day.
No, but it's how long when you go there as a candidate?
As a candidate.
How long are you before them, generally
Around
speaking?
30, 40 minutes, depending on the post, because you won't expect the accommodation director will be given the same time with the president. Because now I have my vice president, I have my vice chairperson, my running mate. So I go there alone and then she comes there alone.
Okay.
It's a provision that she has to be a lady.
So there you are.
After vetting,
you're vetted.
you're vetted now. You've gone through. If you're vetted out, well and good. So you've gone through the vetting now. We go to the delegates now. Now there are people, a person like me has influence and can mobilize my friends to apply as delegates.
Which clearly you can.
Yeah, of course.
No,
so we tell them to apply. We tell our friends everywhere. You go to mass, tell them, guys, apply delegates. So they apply as delegates. Through the same process, they have no money that is given or something. They just apply. They're also shortlisted.
So them they applied before. This story, by the time you were going for vetting,
the delegates process is also going on.
Oh, it's not over yet?
Yeah, it's not yet over. After vetting is now if the delegates are vetted. So after shortlisting, they are left with about 4 delegates per department.
How many delegates do they want?
We need 27 delegates.
Okay.
So students, like the other time, I think our school had about 300 students applying to be delegates.
So this is from how many?
About how many faculties? About 9 faculties. There's 9 schools.
That's
School of
about
Education,
3.
School
About
of
3
Nursing.
each.
Yeah. So 3 delegates per school. So now they narrow it down after shortlisting to about 8 are there. Now the students in every department go to vote now the 3 delegates. You go to vote for 1 delegate. So the top 3 are taken to be delegates. Yeah. So after them being taken to
Now
be delegates.
waamuzi.
Hao ndo waamuzi sasa.
So why let me ask in campus, so why are people doing it that way instead of just having a general election?
I think it is because of the bill that was passed. Not I think, the bill was passed by the parliament. It's called the Duale bill. It's actually Duale, the then Garissa Township MP, who actually brought the bill to the parliament.
Yeah.
Which of course right now I've heard, I'm in a WhatsApp group of the presidents in the country, the student council chairpersons, and people are really against it. Because the bill has a lot of disadvantages. We'll get there. Because I think, one, you are grooming me to be a national leader. You're grooming me to be a member of parliament, to be a member of county assembly.
Yeah.
But you're giving me a chance only to be elected by 27 people. Out here, I won't be elected by 27 people. I want to feel the heat. I want to feel the vibrancy.
Yeah.
I think the delegate system, it had the advantages. One, they wanted to do away with these shenanigans of, after elections, guys are going out there to riot, stopping like what was happening in the UN during the times like in Ababowina.
But on the flip side, it means that if you have money, you can pocket 27 delegates.
Yeah, of course. That's a disadvantage, another disadvantage.
You can take them
it's very easy,
to Mombasa
actually.
and
it's very easy.
Have them singing your
It's very
praises.
easy. Your strategy. Depends on your strategy. You have a good strategy, you can easily win. And I think the funny thing is that all schools, it's actually 95% of the universities that have adopted the delegate system. 95%. Almost every university in this country uses the delegate system.
Okay, so this delegate system. So once they are chosen,
Yeah.
you have gone through your vetting.
You're vetted. They have already been elected now.
Now you are declared a candidate.
Yeah, now a candidate.
How long is the campaign time now?
The campaign time, we are given 2-3 weeks. 2-3 weeks to talk to the delegates and convince them.
Okay.
During the campaign, there is a lot that is happening. 1, there are barazas. 2, there is the debate. This is the presidential debate, and there is also the debate for all the others.
So e-debates, when you are calling for debate, are you calling only the delegates or you're calling everybody?
Everybody, the students.
But why are they not voting?
Because, the delegates listen to the students. They were also elected by the students. So the idea. That is why it's good to have a strategy. Like one which I employed was to make sure, first of all, I'm at par with the students. If the students are singing your name all over, the delegates cannot withstand the pressure of voting you out.
Really?
Yeah, they can't. They really can't.
But you see, there's nothing that can happen to them if they decide not to go in that direction.
Of course. But they also listen. The delegates are human beings. You can listen that, hey,
so basically, these delegates are supposed to be like pawns, basically.
Yeah.
They're supposed to just play according to the sound of the musician, who are the students.
That is the idea behind the whole thing. Yeah. So after that, we go to a presidential debate. It's actually organized by the School of Communication Studies students. But the students come to the setup.
And how many candidates were you?
Like for me, we were 2. Only 2 presidential aspirants. The rest were vetted out. Others missed out the shortlisting.
Okay.
Yeah. So we now go there. You are asked, first of all, the students collect. The communication department collects questions from all the students. So they bring it forth, and you're asked the questions, how you'll tackle this and this, and now you're asked to sell your manifesto, and then after that, the debate is done. Now, the debate is actually the last thing. After the debate, they close the campaign exercise and wait for elections.
How long?
2-3 days. 2-3 days before the election.
So in those 2-3 days.
Sasa si ni kucheza siasa sasa. Kama siasa unacheza hapo ndo sasa unaenda kutafuta mtu kwa nyumba unamwambia mkubwa.
You're doing door-to-door quietly.
Najua wamefunga lakini sisikike, because if it happens that the electoral commission hears you're still campaigning, you're thrown out.
Yeah, but you see, you know, what is surprising me is that I feel as if the system of corruption has already been entrenched from down there.
Yeah, sure. It's actually,
and it's very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
You know,
that's why I see a lot of student leaders we are trying to come up effectively. The other day we wrote the recommendations. I think it's on its way to the parliament. We are using Akina Babowino because there are the people championing. We in the country.
Yeah.
We are many. Because if the WhatsApp group, we are close to 80, that is just for the presidents alone, and then there is that for the whole students. Yeah. So kuna ile.
Do you have a body? Is any of you
chairing?
Yeah,
we have KUSO, the Kenya University Students Organization, chaired by Wakili Jesse Saruni. Yeah. So that is now heading all of us. But the problem again, the KUSO also has its own. I think if you're following closely, you know Anthony Manyara.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Anthony Manyara is the people's, not the people's, but actually is running a different KUSO than this one. Yeah, because he was also elected out. He was voted out.
So
but he refused to
people's
go.
President.
Yeah. So, but we are really rallying we are rallying behind Jesse because his ideas
I can't believe
good.
the way it's mirroring the national politics here.
And if you are keen enough, these are also things that are happening in the national. And if we are quite sure that this crop of leaders are the ones who are going now to ascend into national leadership and become MPs. So these things are starting huku chini.
Yeah. So then you ran, and then there was this election.
Yeah.
So on election day, that quick election, 27 guys.
Sure. 27 guys. Elections takes less than 2 hours.
So they vote, they count. You are running against how many guys?
I was running against one guy. One guy. So I needed to win the election by at least, because of 27 delegates, I needed at least 16 to be safe.
So ukaweka watu 60 folks.
Yeah, niliweka watu 10 kwanza, wale wangu. You know, in every election there are people, you know, these ones are mine.
These ones are from your, what's it called? From your strongholds.
Yeah, like for me I had, you know, it's tribal, but I had around 5-6 Kales.
See, that's what I want to talk about. You see how you're talking over here, you had 5-6 Kales.
Of which, you know,
this is terrible, my friend. This is terrible.
Whether anything happens, these ones.
So you organized for these chaps to get the
delegate.
The delegate, so they can vote you in.
Yeah.
Why are you so sure? You know you're a young person. What is the surety behind that? It's my tribe who will vote for me.
Yeah.
And not my pitch for young people.
One, it's because we're looking also at the school setup, the scope of the environment, because most of us are Kalenjins, like in our school. The majority of the
really? Upper Kiambu?
Yeah. Cukes are the least in our school. Funny thing. Cukes are the least. We have Kales, we have Kambas, we have Kisis, we have Jaluos. Then now maybe we talk about Cukes.
So you have even done the demographics.
We know.
This is a terrible thing. You know, it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be national guys thinking international.
Yeah.
But you think in community demographics. Okay, the national guys are also thinking. If we are truthful, they're thinking community demographics too.
Sure.
So even your choice of running mates.
Yeah. It has to, because I chose Meru. Yeah.
So you're balancing.
I was trying to balance. And you know, even before the election, you are trying to look for an appropriate lineup. The lineup is also matters a lot from the presidents going down.
So you look at provinces, counties, you
look at
balance.
These are things you have to be strategic.
How powerful is the tribal card in the university?
I think in our university it's powerful, but it's kind of powerful, like where I come from. But it's not that, but the wave of tribal formation and alliance is very, very heavy. If you joke around, you get that these people have gone and thrown out.
Well, at least you're being honest.
Yeah.
I can't fault you for that one. You know. You're shocking a lot of people out there, but
it is
but at least
stuff
you're
that is
being honest.
happening.
Yeah, it's stuff that's happening. Yeah.
Recently, let me give recently a week ago, not a week, 2 weeks ago, the same elections happened in MKU, and the person who happened to win was a Somali guy. And so I called the former president and asked him, how comes someone like Somali, what happened? Like, what was the process, you know? And I happened to see that the lineup of many student leaders who were elected were also from around northeastern region. And he told me majority of the delegates were from that region. So it's happening.
They call the shots, really?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, well, you panga delegates wako, and so you have to convince the rest, and now you become president.
Yeah, so you know, you look at the three. There are delegates that are yours. There are those that they have not made the decision, and there are those that you see, even if I sleep with them, these ones won't elect me. They won't.
That's terrible line. That TV. I can't believe you said that on TV. You're a terrible guy. How many minutes do we have for this show to end? This. Anyway, so what is your mandate as a president?
Wow. It has many roles, because there is one, I'm looking at different scopes, because there is one thing that I promised to do for the students. That is why I got elected. That is why I convinced the delegates. Apart from all the other things, because I had to convince them with my manifesto. I had to give them a pamphlet showing what I wanted to do for the school and why I was running. So there are those, you're looking at what, first of all, what did I promise them to do? Like for me, I was doing a 5-pillar manifesto. And then number 2, now I'm leading a student council. It's no longer me. It's now this entire student council. I'm now, like for us, we have 12 other student leaders, 11 other student leaders. I'm now constituting them into the council and bringing their ideologies and bringing their minds together and bringing all these people together and now say that we're all working towards a common goal for the benefit of our institution and for the benefit of our students. So that is number 2. Number 3, and then there are just basic roles that are stipulated in the Constitution, like 1, representing the students' voices, 2, becoming a bridge between the university, filling that gap, because in many instances students feel there is a gap in university, that at times the university makes decisions without maybe consulting the students because the student council is not proactive. So there is bringing the vibrancy, the proactiveness of the student council, that by making sure that whatever things that are happening, students are involved and the students are in the center of it all. Yeah. So those are some of the things that we are looking at.
What about your parks?
Yeah, like
unapatiwa allowance?
Yeah, there are some allowances here and there we get.
You get a very big room at the university?
No. For us, we are given just monthly allowances here and there.
Oh, they pay you something?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
We don't call them salary, we call them allowances.
Ah.
You're given something small. Maybe.
That is you and your council?
Yeah, me and the council, each of us.
Yeah. Tell me, how serious is the input of outside forces in your elections? And I'm talking about politicians.
Yeah, wow. I believe, you see, it's good enough that you've made that, because a lot of politicians, when they see student leaders, they see numbers. Because they know I can convince 3,000, like for us, I have 4,500 students I'm leading. So I can convince 4,500 students. Like, let me just say something. Last year during the elections, they used to come to the university and take the school president and, lunch and everything, so that they can amass students, because a lot of students voted in the constituency, in the ward, and they were not from there. So they are looking at numbers. So it's important. But for us, I think it has really minimal effect, minimal influence.
What's your tenure?
In the election.
How long?
1 year. The Constitution provides that I have to run for 1 year. But in other universities, you can...
So 1 year and you go back to an election?
1 year we go to an election.
What year are you in campus yourself?
Currently, I'm in my 4th year.
In your 4th year?
So I'm in my last year.
So really,
this
is it?
Imeisha too. Yeah, but provision is that so long as you vie, you never vie again. That is the Constitution. Ours is a bit strict.
Wait, so long as you vied, not so long as you got?
Got. No, so long as you vied. So long as
the guy who vied and didn't get, mambo yake imeisha?
Imeisha. That is the seriousness and the strictness of our Constitution.
That is undemocratic.
Yeah. I don't know why they came up with that.
Kura,
But you go to other institutions, even if you vied and won, like you vied and won and became the council treasurer, you can vie for the presidency. You can jog around posts. That is why you go to a school, you get a guy has been there, alikuwa treasurer.
Yeah, I don't want to name some guys I know who are,
yeah, you know. But
Yeah.
ours, it's very strict, very, very strict. Once,
And that's it.
yeah, which also imposes a problem because there are a lot of things we can't do for students in 1 year. There are some long-term things you'd want to do, you know.
So
But anyway,
you
that is
wish
it.
your mandate was longer.
Yeah.
This mandate said when?
Yeah.
When were you inducted into office?
November last year.
Yeah, so now
It was
until
end of
now,
November.
you know.
2 months, 3 months.
Yeah,
around
okay.
there.
So far so good. So
Yeah.
do you get to at least get to walk around all the faculties, try to know students, try to know you?
That's what I'm trying. I have a benefit, and that one, it's happy because that's why I also advise people to join universities like ours.
Yeah.
Because we live there as a family. That the moment you've gone to, you've entered Presbyterian University, it's easier for you to know people. It's easier for you to know your lecturers. We are not many. We are about 4,500 students. So I can tell you that with no show of, with very, very, I don't have any doubt in this, that I know close to 75% of my university students. I can get to the gate and mention them, Brayo Sasa, Masi Sasa, because I know them. We live there as a family. So for me, it's very easy. For us, it's very easy. Like I can walk around, I know the lecturers, I know the staff, the watchmen, everyone, the security
So you're
personnel.
an accessible guy?
Yeah, very accessible. In fact, for me, I employed the open door policy. But if you want to get to the school president, you can call. If you want to get to me, you can email, you can WhatsApp, you can come to the office.
In the past?
I see, you get the office is locked. You're calling, the guy is not picking up after elections. But for me, we are very accessible.
Yani mmemira tabia zote, even the bad ones.
Yeah.
From the national
It's
government.
sad, it's a reality and it's happening.
It's a sad reality.
Yeah, it's a
true.
sad reality. That's why we prefer, like, we go back to the one man, one vote. It promotes accountability. Because even if I walk around university, I know I was elected by majority of the students, not majority of the delegates.
I hear you. Now you are an author, you're
Yeah.
a motivational
Yeah,
speaker as
sure.
well. You get a chance to actually talk to your students about how helpful was that in
It was very helpful because
getting your leadership. Yeah.
I'd cultivated the art of speech and the art of talking. I would stand and students would cheer because they know they were eager to listen from me because
The art of
from
kuingiza
before,
watu kwa box.
nishajiwa kuongea fiti. Yeah,
kali.
if it is writing and writing on social media, I know how to write. So I write them convincing messages, you know. It really helped in a way. And also they are looking at a track record. They're looking, this guy has already done something in society or is doing something in society. So he can also do it here. So it really provided a good
platform
landing
for you.
ground. Yeah.
What would you say you would want your legacy to be all about?
Wow. One is I want, you know, I'm thinking after a year I'll be gone. After a year I'll be done. But I want the name to remain in a way that we want to do something that is lasting. We are looking at the challenges that are there in our university and also in other universities. Like one, we are our talents and the gifts that the students are having. I want to employ a criteria in which we are bringing out these talents from the university and bringing it to a national setup. Good with it is that we have influence. Like I can write an email to a company and tell them that we have students who can do this and this, and they can help your company in this and this way, and this is how you can also help the students. So that is one. I want to have a lasting solution when it comes to talents and gifts, how the platforms, providing the platforms for the students.
Yeah.
And also number two is we also want to cultivate an area, platform where our students can be happy that they are in a university. They can feel a sense of belonging being in a university. They can feel that, wow, this is a university. They can be proud of a university. Yeah, because talk of it, sad reality is that there are students that are not even happy going to school daily. So we want to bring that place where they can be happy that, yes, wow, I'm a university and I'm happy being here.
How has it been working with the deans, working with
I think
your professors?
Before we got into office, there was a negative notion, negative atmosphere. But once I got into office, I think it changed. Because, you know, it is not... You know, there is a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is knowing what to say, but wisdom is knowing when and how to say it.
True.
So for us, we knew how and when to say it. So we are good with them. We can convince them. We can take letters to them and tell them that this is the benefit for our students. They can't see the negative side of it. We can convince them. So it's been good working with them, and they are actually really supportive to the students' activities. Yeah.
Yeah. The people at home, do they know that you're running for these things? You're president now?
Yeah, they knew, but my mother was a bit worried because it had just happened that a friend of mine, I think you saw it, the tomb guy who was vying to be the school president was actually abducted and after 2 days brought to the media and coerced to say that he was resting in his room. You know.
Was that the true story? I wonder.
No, because he's a friend. We actually know what happened, but
okay.
Yeah. So my parents were a bit worried here and there. You know, these things. My dad has been reading in newspapers that even in the past we have people that kill, you know, for these things.
Yeah.
So they are a bit worried.
So let me ask you the $1 million question, because this one is asked to students a lot. So who funded you?
Wow.
Because now, I know these campaigns, they take a lot of money.
Yeah.
You guys do the posters, the things,
poster,
you've got
everything,
your PA system,
videos, everything. Yeah, so I think one, that's an advantage now to the delegate system. That as much as it also takes a lot of cash and money, but it's not like the same as one man, one vote.
Yeah.
This one is better. To convincing 27 people, you have to have a plan.
So you're telling me 190, they came together for you?
Yes, somehow my own friends have friends who would, you know, because it's a long-term vision.
I don't know whether to buy this or not, but
you know, one, our friends.
Such a politician you are.
Anyway, so before I got into office, my friends knew, everyone knew that I'm vying. So I told them, guys, we need to put our hands together and supply to this dream, because this is a dream.
So no hidden hand, no godfathers?
No godfathers, I had nothing. For me personally, no.
Yeah.
But having friends who have also ran and won, I have a friend who is running multimedia and next week and I run multimedia. Even the other day I was meeting a guy in a hotel. You know, these things happen. But for us, no. For me, but like personally, no, I had no other side hand.
Yeah.
It was personal.
But it is
and
financially
friends.
draining though, isn't it?
Yeah, financially draining, because, you know, mtu anakuambia sad reality. Umeniambia manifesto lakini
kitu.
Are
you serious?
Yeah, it happens. This is a comrade. Now let's look at this. Let us look at this.
This is terrible.
Mimi nikulete.
I think we have had all the terrible things this morning.
Now let me bring it like nikulete.
Yeah.
I make you sit down. This is a comrade.
Yeah.
One, we have to know. So number two, nimekuleta, nimekuweka kwa karoom. Nimekupatia manifesto 2 hours. Will I really let you go like that without eating lunch?
Something,
yeah. Which of course it happens.
Yeah, I guess you are justifying these stories.
No, I'm not.
Is there a cap
on
how much money you can spend on campaigns?
It depends with the university. But for us, really no. Depends with you and how you are ready to give and everything. But for us, we are looking at the positive side. If the other delegates, there are people who can convince and they tell you, like for me, I had a guy, I told him, wait, nimekalisha hapa, let me buy you lunch. And he told me, no, I've had your manifesto, let me gauge you. So there are people of sound mind also. Yeah.
This is a very interesting thing. You know, next time they're doing campus elections, unfortunately, you'll not be there. We would like to come behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I think it will make a very interesting story on the student, because a lot of us, we hear about student elections, but we don't really realize that they are really a quality of, and they are the image and mirror of society.
And the next thing you hear is that after 3 years, after 5 years, I'm now vying to be a member of parliament. The same things.
Yeah. You seem to be very ambitious, I see.
Yeah, but I think we are trying to do away with some vices that are happening.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
What is your home constituency, by the way?
Turbo.
Turbo. You know, I actually live there now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've been living in Turbo for a while. Utaanza na kuomba kura hapa. Ya Turbo. But all the best.
Yeah,
all the best, my brother. What's your parting shot to you, students watching you, parents watching you, all the guys who are watching you?
Yeah, one is we have a country that is ours, and the country belongs to us. So that we are cultivating a crop of leaders. So we will be very keen with the kind of university leadership that we are setting, the teams that we are building in our campuses, the kind of products we give to our universities and everything that is happening. Also, number two, now to the university students or comrades. I believe that away from the stuff with the law and what is happening with our voting system and everything, we also have a role to play in cultivating the leaders that we have. Because trust me, these are the same leaders that we are going to transition to become national leaders, member of parliament, governors and senators and everything. Talk of Akina Babu Owino, Akina Murkomen, and everyone now in the national politics, they came from university. So these are the leaders that we are cropping. So you have to be keen with the kind of leaders that we are putting into office as early as the university elections. Also, number 3, now to Presbyterian University, we are working, and this is the best university around.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Ezra Ruto, president.
Yeah.
You know, you're also President Ruto.
Yeah, the name also.
Yeah. It helped, eh? Ilisaidia. Ruto juu, Ruto chini. Okay. I see you also. What slogan were you using?
No, I was using a slogan.
Or Kama State House?
No. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Ezra Ruto, President, Presbyterian University of East Africa. It's a pleasure. I really hope I can have a chat with you and other presidents as well.
Yeah, sure.
Just to have a look and feel on what you guys think about the country at the moment.
Yeah, sure.
And you know, your projections, because you say you're looking at national leadership.
Yeah, sure.
But the question is, what's in your minds right now?
Yeah.
Where are you plugging into? You know, especially in the new dispensation.
Sure.
All right. Thank you for coming. I've enjoyed this conversation. Stay tuned for Leah coming up with Ilosu. Good day. God bless.